all, K6MYC, Bozo Net, beaming south toward, well, I should turn around and go toward Atascadero. Bill, are you here at A6S?
As soon as you put that in, then they're going to pop up. Go look at their 18K TV. This thing is 4 feet tall. I think it's 28 inches wide, weighs 100 pounds, and I've got it hanging on the wall. And it, first of all,
anybody down in the San Joaquin Valley on the frequency, K6MYC?
Solar port, a 25 amp and 215 amp, and the unit does everything. And it's also, I can tell PG&E to charge the batteries this much or not to charge so and so. And the way I've got it set up, everything is told to charge the batteries at 20% back to 30. I don't want to charge them any more of that off of a generator or the grid, because then if the sun comes up, well, they're already charged. In this case, in both cases, the house and here, the PG&E...
WA6AJ 727.
Can we hear you, Mike? Hang on. Frank is talking to somebody here. I don't know who he's talking to.
He walks out, hits the switch, and I got it all programmed. It'll charge him and bring him up to a maximum of 40%. And if it's overnight and they keep dying down because you run an AC all night or something, no problem, back to 40%. Now, on the well... we're going to experiment with the generator doing that at first, but I anticipate being within the next couple of months of the situation, never have feeding anything. But anyways, I just got a text that's after 7:30, John, so Aaron's getting antsy here. Anyways, yeah, so it's all user controllable, and in this case, we don't want any PG in case of an emergency or get too low, then Mike just hit the switch and it turns on. And the inverter does it all.
Mike, why don't you swing over toward the Atascadero and give QUI a call?
Signature Solar, John.
Okay, roger that.
CBS shutting up for a minute. Oh, by the way, that's 72, Judy, in case the net has started.
Okay, carry on, and very interesting, Frank. 711 K6MY.
Good evening, John. Good to hear you. We're going to turn toward Atascadero. We should have W6QUI on here this evening.
Okay, that's where I'm looking.
And 1079 in and out, K6USY.
Okay, put the kids to bed.
Yep, flying solo. So stream's up and running, and I'll be back later. K6USY.
Roger, roger.
W6QUI, W6QUI. This is WA6AJ, over.
QUI's in there very weak, Mike.
Roger, roger. You've got a big signal tonight, about 20 over on the estimator. And good signal. And I think John, K6MI, might try to work you. I'm not sure where Bill is, but anyway, I'll check in with Mike. Back to you, WA6AJ.
tell them 73's for us, too. I'm not hearing a peep out of Ron there, Mike. Over.
Okay, roger. Ron, K6MIC, says 73 still. Also, he can't hear you. But that's the usual, I think. So, anyway, he's got the checked in, number 1055. Over.
And very good, W6QUI, Ron, K6 Mike Italy, and we copy it just fine. Just a note that we do hear you, K6MI. Oh yeah, very good. We're running a little bit high power and beam up on the tower. Okay, over to Mike, and thanks for the contact with Ron, K6MI.
Okay, how about Frank? Are you copying QUI?
Yeah, you guys just doubled. W6QUI, W6QUI, Mike doubled it. You're right up here now, Ron. I guess I was off the synergy a little bit. Go ahead. Yeah, I think the because you were a minute ago and now you're at S1, but I've got you in here. Are you getting anything, Mike?
I can't hear a trace.
Oh, yeah, Mike's not hearing a trace. Good evening to you, Ron. Thanks for being there.
I don't know if Rob is here. Rob, are you here?
Yep, KM6SRR, number 432.
Are you copying QUI down there? Give him a call.
I can hear Ron just barely, but I can't make out any words. Over.
Oh, roger, roger.
Okay, yeah, you got covered up just a little bit there, Ron. Rob also hears you, but just barely and probably not up to work you. So good evening to you, and we'll carry on, sir. Over. Very good. He's clear now, Mike. Carry on.
Okay, I'm going up to Santa Cruz.
Evening, Rob.
Does QUI have any power on 1296?
What was the question?
Does QUI have any power on 1296?
I think he's got 10 watts.
Okay, well, then he probably could hear me, but anyway. Okay, carry on. KM6SR, standing by.
Just a word or two, and then you're gone again.
I hear Jim in here, W6PQL.
Hi, Mike. Jim Nicholson is also on. He's having a little bit of intermittent over there, so he may be people, maybe not. Anyway, 1296 here, W6PQL.
Yeah, Roger. Move the antenna toward you. We just coming up from Atascadero. I was going to stop at Santa Cruz, but I heard you chatting in there. So, good evening to you.
Hey, good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Fred. I heard you in here. KD6SOK 507. We got WB6JNN 285 and W6PQL 1296 sitting here. Very good, guys.
Hey, excellent signal tonight, Mike. It's really good conditions.
Yeah, I think somebody was doubling with me here.
Well, I was going to say you have excellent conditions tonight on 1296. You're coming really strong.
Now, there's two people talking at once, Fred. I don't know who the other person is. Who's the other fellow in there? Not Fred. KD6SOK is talking. Who was just talking with him? Over.
775 KB6WSC.
Okay, very good. I'm surprised to hear you. You're coming in beautifully tonight, Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Give us your number. Over.
775. Over.
Yeah, you said it. I apologize. I don't know whether Judy got it or not. All right, very good. Good signal. My goodness, I'm not even peaked on you. So let's stay in here for a second, and we'll see who else is copying you, Mike. Don't run away. Okay.
6KLY.
What was it, K6KLY? Good evening, Russ. Judy was worried about you not getting home, but I figured you made it. We didn't hear anybody on the radio say that Russ was in a terrible automobile accident, so we assumed you made it home. And I think you had a good time at the barbecue. K6KLY for a quickie, and then around the horn in the Bay Area, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Well, I made it home fine, and there was only one incident coming up the Dublin grade between Dublin and Castro Valley. The station wagon caught on fire and caught the hill on fire for about 10 acres. So that delayed my getting through there anyway with the fire department. They had everything blocked. But other than that, I made it home, and thank you and Judy for being my host down there for this weekend. I had a great time. Go ahead, Mike, K6KLY.
Okay, well, you had a great time except for a little beginning stress with the software, but I'm glad we got through that. We have, I'm not very sharp on software myself, but I have a lot of intelligent friends. Okay, Ross, good to hear you. Good, strong signal down here this evening. Yeah, I see this big kitty. We've got a kitty visiting us. Have the animals been out there already? We've already emptied one whole dish full of food for somebody that came up before we even started the net here. See, it's getting dark now, so they show up here as soon as it gets dark. So they're here, and they're giving us a show, but we're not here to take advantage of it. Let's see, WB6JNN. I'm sort of out of order, but we'll just do what I can remember. WB6JNN. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, I'll give it a try here. I was told I was breaking up. I'm not seeing it on my transmitter meter. Seeing it on the one on the little LED light, but anyway, I think it's working, but who knows? I don't have a monitor here. K6MYC, WB6JNN.
Okay, no, you're copying a bubble, and a perfect good copy, armchair, and no breakup whatsoever on that transmission, so it might have been just the first transmission or something. Jim, you sounding good? Everybody's sounding good. I think we got wonderful 1296 conditions this evening. This is good to see. Good to see everybody coming in so nicely here. Let me get it over to PQL, and then we'll see who else we have in here. We should have Ed in here. WA6AXX. Ed, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I didn't mean to overlook you the other night. We got around to you later, but I forgot you for the first few minutes of the net when you checked in. Well, let's get PQL in here, and then he can shoot it over to you. W6 Papa Queen London, 1296, K6MYC.
Okay, Oliver was in here too, KB6BA. I don't know if Oliver's still here, but he may be. So might check for him as well. I can't hear Ed in this direction. I think he's probably not running his amplifier yet, but you'll probably, well, I think he can hear me, so I'll just pass it his way, and he can proceed. I'm going to head up frequency and pull in Santa Barbara. So go ahead, Ed, WA6AXX, W6PQL.
Yeah, very good, Jim. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know if you hear me, but yeah, just running 10 watts. Okay, Mikey. Yeah, no problem. Nothing going on here. Really nothing to report. So just checking in. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Yeah, well, we looked for you also on 6 meters, thinking I could apologize to you on 6 meters, but you didn't show up there, so that one went in the wrong direction. Anyway, you got to give Judy your Bozo number, Ed. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. Yes, WA6AXX 773. Go ahead, Mikey, and hello, Judy.
Thanks, Ed. She said, okay, good. We got everybody, I think. Then let's see. Let me see. KB6BA. KB6BA. Oliver, are you in here tonight? Over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike and Ken the Group, KB6BA 900, 900. Productive day, went for a strenuous hike, and just got back from Pacificon. It was a lot of fun, a lot of socializing to talk to people, and went to the tennis seminar on Friday, so now I'm just relaxing. K6MYC, KB6BA, over.
Yeah, good. Tell me about the antenna seminar. Was it just a bunch of different people talking about different antennas at different frequencies, or what was the makeup of the seminar? Over.
Well, it was antenna focused. I think there was one guy who talked about a corner reflector with a dipole feed that you could tilt at an angle and convert from left-hand circular polarization to right-hand circular polarization. And by rotating that dipole with a small motor, he could select linear polarization horizontal in the middle. So he could, in other words, he could change the polarization continuously from left to right or any value in between. So, and I'm trying to remember some of the other talks. I should be able to remember some others, but that's what struck me. KB6B, over.
Okay, the corner reflector with a dipole feed, and how was he generating circular again?
Well, this is on UHF. It's actually a the corner reflector is actually set for a specific angle, and if you have the dipole parallel to the vertex of the corner reflector, it's linear polarization. But if you rotate it around its center feed point, so it's not aligned with the vertex, you can make it right-hand circular or left-hand circular. It's probably not perfect, but circular polarization. I think the actual ratio is not like perfectly unity, but it's sort of close there. Go ahead, over.
Yeah, I wonder if there was any did he indicate that his paper was published, or is it any place to get those published papers? Over.
There's a link for which the all the antenna seminar talks is posted, and I can try to find out that link. I don't know whether that link is supposed to be public or not, but I can't remember whether this guy published his design in any other journals or publications. Over.
Okay, well, maybe we can just Google PacificCon, and maybe we can then go back and looking for the antenna seminar and the authors. I'd like to see that one, because every now and then we get a requirement for real El Cheapo circular. That sounds like it's not very good, but I could be wrong. I understand what he did to get, quote, circular, but that's I don't see how he changed from right-hand circular to left-hand. That's the part that's a little bit of a weird one. It's strange enough to be able to even generate circular polarity. The reflector is just a reflector. It doesn't generate any polarity. The only thing that has any polarity attached to it is a dipole. So I'm struggling with this, but maybe it has to do with the distance away from the reflector, or maybe something weird like that. I don't know. Anyway, it would be interesting to read up on that one and see what the guy actually did and how good it actually performs. We could check it easily at the plant. We could fabricate something like that easily. But that one caught my interest, in the sense that every now and then you need to generate something like that in the field very quickly, and that might be a quick solution for somebody. So thanks for that, Oliver. Booming signal, by the way, good signal. KB6BA, thank you. And then we'll see who else is in here for your final, Oliver, K6MYC.
Okay, yeah.
Break when you're ready, Mike.
There's another automation.
What was that?
Antennas.
Break when you have time.
To match the...
I couldn't get it. Stand by.
So, some sort of people are using that. So that's it, and good to hear everyone on the net. K6MYC, KB6BF.
Yeah, I missed a little bit of that. Who was the other station that called in and said something? Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, WA6AAJ. Check K6PSK in. Over.
Roger. Roger, Roger. What's happened to Bill tonight? You're a little bit high in frequency, by the way, Mike. You're sounding like a duck. So come on down on our frequency there, and it'll be easier to copy you when you break in. But put down number three, Judy. Thanks for the check-in there. But where's Bill tonight, Mike?
I thought he was going to be here, but he said he might be late, so maybe he's still doing whatever he was doing. He didn't say. Am I closer to frequency?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good now. You're almost like the Mike I used to know.
Okay, very good.
Thanks much. By the way, Kerry was in today to see Dr. Remington at the Fresno Surgical Hospital, and he got his second cataract replacement lens today. So Kerry may or may not be checking in here tonight, but he's got his second eye, and he says if it's anywhere near as good as the first one, he's going to be overjoyed. Over.
Okay, that's good to hear. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Okay, very good. Anyway, I did have a long chat with Kerry this morning on some very, very interesting stuff that he's been following. Boy, he's staying on top. He's got a group that does some serious research, and they've come up with some very good things. But the main thing to take away from it is there's a lot of curiosity and concern about banking, the banking system, the Federal Reserve, the central bank, and all the other stuff that goes on with financing. And of course, it was a big meeting in BRICS today with the Brazilians, the Russians, the Saudis, the Chinese, and a couple of others. And there's 132 countries now that are joining the BRICS. And I think they're trying to get their reference standards are going to go back to gold. And I think we're going in that direction too when we get a chance to get a new administration, and there will be going in that direction as well. So I think it's going to be helpful to get the whole world in a gold standard, and it'll be a lot easier to exchange currencies across borders and stuff. Mike, over.
Roger. Yeah, I've been reading up on some of the stuff Terry's been. I think he's sending. I'm on his list now, so I've been listening to some of that. It's also kind of scary. Over.
Well, some of it's scary, but what finally came out of this discussion was it's all under control, and it's all planned, and there could be some chaos, but it should be minimal. They're trying to minimize the chaos, and it's all going to be handled, and there's nothing to worry about with your money in the banks, banking systems. The banks may collapse, but it's all going to be taken care of with a secondary system, probably handled by our Treasury Department. Over.
Okay, but what about our 401ks?
Well, I can't vouch for that. I didn't get into that subject because I forgot about those. I don't have one, but I think all the finances are covered, all the potential losses, and in fact, the national debt is covered as well. And in fact, if you look at it from one standpoint, the national debt does not exist. It's still talked about. It's still there, but it is only there because we have to keep track of something. But it's covered. It's covered. Over.
Okay. Well, if the debt is not a problem or it's covered, then that should alleviate a lot of issues.
That's why I say so. Kerry's latest comment, or last comment, as I was talking to him, he says, grab your popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the show. It's going to be all good. Just relax. It's going to happen, and it's being done by the good guys. Over.
I hope so. I remember hearing parts of that. I just hope this election goes without a big hiccup.
I think it's becoming a slam dunk. Hang on just a second.
Hey, Mike, WA6AJ, KM6SRR.
Hello, Rob, KM6SRR, WA6AJ.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Ralph. Is there any way you can give him my phone number, or I'm not sure how to get a hold of him, over?
Okay, yeah, he's probably gone now. He was down on 090, and I checked him in, and I didn't know anybody else was going to show up. He asked me about Bill, and Bill was kind of hemming and hawing, wasn't sure if he was going to get done in time. So I don't have his phone number. Let me see if his email's on QRZ.
Okay, I can check that too. Yeah, I went down to Nino and gave a couple calls, and he was gone already, I guess. Over.
Want to talk to Ralph tonight, or can you just email him, Ralph?
And it came up really good, but before that, he was down in the noise. So I just remember, yeah, he said, are you on that email, right?
Yeah, I'm on the Bozo Net email, and I emailed it directly to his K6TSK@juno.com, and I didn't get any reply. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to Bill and see if he's got his phone number, but I think he might be a little slow on the return, but I remember he got back to me after a few days about something else a while back.
Okay, yeah, he advertised he had 4 dishes that are free for somebody to come and get, and I want to get some information on them, and maybe that could be the start of a moon bounce for me if it's the right stuff. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, definitely be, if you can, make it Friday, and we can talk. You can talk to him directly. Over.
Oh yeah, I will, but by then they'll probably give them away.
Well, I'm not sure. It depends on how much demand there is for it.
Yeah, they're not fast movers, Rob. I think you're okay. But if you email them about the dishes specifically, that may clue it in. Say dishes in your subject.
Yeah, I think I did that, Mike. So I don't know. Maybe I got the wrong email for him. Over.
I don't know. You might try and see if the email in the QRZ page matches up. His email should be current somewhere because he's so active. He's got to have an active, accurate email.
Yeah, the Juno.com email is correct, Rob.
Okay, that's where I sent it. Thank you, Mike. WA6AJ, KM6SR. Back to net.
Okay, very good. Let's see. I think we got through everybody in the Bay Area, but let's see if there's anybody else. Fred, you didn't have a very long transmission. I don't know if you're still there or not. KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo, K6 MYC. Looks like Fred's gone. How about you, Mike? Are you still listening to see who all you can hear? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, over.
Kilo 6 MYC, KB6 WFC. I'll copy, over.
We copy you fine, and we also hear Paul in there, 637. We got you, Paul. We'll get to you in just a second. Anyway, good. Tell me who you've been copying. You probably didn't hear the fellows over here, but we were chatting with a fellow in Clovis, WA6AAJ, and I don't know where he was pointed. He might have been still pointed down toward L.A. He's the one that pulls in the L.A. check-ins for us, along with the A6S. Anyway, take it away, Mike, for your final, and then we'll get on with it here. I've got a kitty here that's just so friendly. He's our stray, but boy, has he gotten friendly. He owns the barn. He's so happy to be in the building here. We won't let him in the house because he fights for the other kitties. Okay, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6 MYC. Who all did you hear tonight?
K6 MIC, KB6 WFC. I've heard, of course, both of the gyms and K6BA or KB6BA and Russ, of course. Ed was hard to hear. I think he pointed away from me, so I couldn't hear him. But that's about it, I think. KB6WFC.
Yeah, KB6WFC, K6MYC. Well, Ed's running low power tonight, and he is weaker than normal, but I don't know where he has the antenna turned. You're down a bit from normal, Ed. Maybe you had the antenna turned away from me, so I can't be a reference if you're below your normal signal strength by quite a ways. 2 or 3 stations out of the Bay Area are stronger than you, and that's that's not normal for your location. What's the status up there, Ed? Give us a quick rundown, over. Oh, Ed's is gone. Okay, I can't get that answer for you. All right, very good. Is there anybody else in the Bay Area? I think we've got almost everybody, but I don't think I've forgot anybody. QRZ, the Bay Area, Bozo Net, 1296. Anybody else?
Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar is still here.
Yeah, I got you, Paul. I was just seeing if there was anybody else in the Bay Area. K6WIS, and I'm going to peek on you. You're not real strong, but you're Q5. Go ahead, make a transmission, and tell me if you have any extra check-ins there. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. K6NYC in the group at the
Paul, I didn't get much of that. I'm having real difficulty copying. I swung back and forth, and I got a peek on you, but it's so weak. Just give me a Roger. Do you have other check-ins? Do you have other check-ins? Over.
Negative. No other check-ins. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll look for you on the direct path. It may be that we have a better direct path tonight, but I copying you now, Q5, but it's about the weakest I've heard you. Every other condition, all the other conditions are really good. Everybody else in the Bay Area had outstanding signals tonight. So the path across the valley isn't as good as it normally is. Hi. We'll look for you in a couple of minutes on the direct path here, Paul. Stick around if you can. K6WIS, 637. K6MYC now going to Oakley.
Hooray.
Go ahead.
K6MYC and 6RO, Bozo 835, high temperature 76, and shortly I'll have some mahi for dinner. Over.
Oh, good for you. Mahi, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. Fine on your temperature. I think it was a little warmer today. I think we hit 80, maybe 82, 83. It was still 80 by mid-afternoon. Whoops, what happened? What happened? We got interrupted here with a cat. This cat doesn't normally jump up. This is a floor cat. But he's in the shack here out in the barn. He's very aggressive, and he really thinks he knows he owns this place. This is his room. We won't let him in the house, but he thinks this is his place. So he's calling all over Judy tonight, and she's trying to do the net here. He wants so much attention. It's funny. Anyway, good for you on mahi, and I guess you've recovered from the barbecue and all. And your audio sounds great on this radio. The 9700 always does you fair. Fine job. Over.
Yeah, right, Mike. There's very extreme QSB, several S units up and down. That's fairly rapid, but not like flutter. And you need a lion tamer for that cat. We'll see you tomorrow night, N6RO.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I didn't have the antenna quite on you. You were on sort of bouncing between the first side lobe and the main lobe. So that's why it was all funny there. This should be better. Is that stronger?
Yeah, your peaks are stronger.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, well, we'll look for you tomorrow night, find on everything, and yeah, not much to report today. I didn't even get on the air today. In fact, I didn't get out of bed till a little bit after 10. I kept waking up and said, well, I got to get up. We skipped the 40-meter thing this morning because half the guys weren't going to be there, so I said, okay, I'm just going to sleep in. 8 o'clock came and went, and I guess after that, the next thing I know, I'm falling back to sleep. I got to get up. I'd wake up, and the next thing I know, I'd be waking up again and waking up again, waking up. I don't know if you ever have those short little duration. You're only awake for a minute, and you start thinking about something, and the next thing you know, you're waking up again. I did it maybe 15 or 20 times here, and all of a sudden it was 10 o'clock. Over.
Happens to me every day, every morning. I start waking up and can't get back to sleep, or then I do, and then I don't. It's just a function of being an old fart, like both of us.
That would be a dual farts. Okay. You got that right. Gets worse every day, doesn't it? All right. See you tomorrow. And thanks for checking in here. You were a little late the other night. I got you in there, but Judy didn't even know you checked in. She'd already left. So I still have to have her put you in the log there. 7-3. And we'll get up to Sacramento here, see if I can hear KR6MR. 7-3 Camp.
John, it's always loud here, but a lot closer. 7-3, see you tomorrow on 2.
Roger. Okay, KR6MR. KR6MR. KR6MR or K6MYC. John, I wonder if you're copying tonight. Over.
Good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Copy, over.
Oh, very good. You sound like the other bands on this one. You sound as good as you do on 2 and 432 here, over.
Well, it's a good night, I guess. That's great.
Yeah, really strong signals and very steady. And I wasn't sure if I was pointed quite right, but it must be close. So I'm not going to touch it. Paul is also in here. I don't know whether you guys can hear each other when you're pointed down toward me. Let me just see. Paul, are you copying me here, over?
Roger, Mike. K6NYC. This is K6WIS. Got you about a 4x1 2. How me? Over.
Okay, well, you're Q5 here, 5 and 1 at least, 5 and 1, and John is very good here, very Q5 armchair copy at the present time. So you're stronger here by far than you were on the bounce path. Over. Well, maybe it's QSB. Okay, I'm having trouble with Paul. Are you copying him at all, John?
Negative. He'd be on the back of his beam. I don't hear him. I would have to spin my antenna away from you to get Paul.
I'm peeking up on you, and you're getting stronger even.
That's always good to hear. It seems that when I am peak on you, Paul, Bill, Darren, everyone is on a very, very sharp no.
Okay, well, right now, you're about where you should be. I'm about normally 334, 335. I'm at 335 right now, and you're getting some very strong peaks. Over.
Okay, that's good. Now, according to my system, I'm pointing around 140. Work mode, it depends on where we consider north is.
Yeah, well, either way, it's a pretty outstanding night. I'm hoping to be able to catch up with Daniel. So we'll leave you for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters, of course. And I'll go up and see if I can get Nevada, and that'll be it for the net here tonight. We did really well in the Bay Area. We had almost everybody in the Bay Area that's on the air at all is on VHF checked in. So we had a storming group in the Bay Area tonight. Anyway, I don't know if there's anybody else. We could check and see if KE6ILX is here. Jeff, I wonder if you're there. KE6 India Lima X-ray K6MYC. heard Jeff for a week or so here. So I guess we'll let you go, John, 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters, and I'll go to Nevada here. Over. 7-3. Okay, Daniel, let's see what we got up here tonight. KE7UQL. KE7UQL. Wow, this thing is not driving up like it should. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. Okay, very good. A little watery sounding, but with multipath, but we got you. KE7UQL 272, K6MYC. Take another transmission. I'll see if I can peek on you a little bit, Daniel. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over, over.
Delta Mike 09 Delta Fox. I am Delta Mike 09 Delta Fox. This is KE7UQL. Hello, Mike. You're coming through pretty good tonight. Over.
Yeah, you're doing fine here too. It's very solid. It's not. We're not getting that quick transmission and then a fade out. So far, you've been in there every transmission, and I think I got a little better peak on you now. So very nice transmission. The band overall seems to be in very good shape. We had a very good contact with John, KR6MR, in Meadow Vista. John has been improving his station from when he started. I couldn't hear him at all. Now he's almost Q5 all the time. But lots of QSB because there's hills in the way between he and I. But he's in that Sacramento area behind, up above Sacramento and Meadow Vista. But you're doing very well, Daniel. I don't think we'll have Larry in here. Have you heard anything from Larry at all on this band? Over. Yeah, a big fade, but we could tell you were in there. I still hear you, but I can't copy. I cannot copy at the moment. No copy, but you're still detectable. So the band is in very good shape. Normally when you go out, you're gone completely, as you know. Anyway, we won't keep it, Daniel. We say 73. We'll say 73s to you and look for you tomorrow. Look for you tomorrow on 2 meters. 7-3, good evening, Daniel, and thanks for going to the effort of getting the antennas on the roof. Thanks for going through the effort to get your antennas back up, Daniel. 73, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Okay, 7-3. I heard your 7-3. Boy, it's going way down. 73, Daniel. Okay, Rob, I guess we're done here unless you can think of anything else. Oh, I guess we haven't done Santa Cruz. I didn't ever get to Santa Cruz. Let's go back there, okay?
All right, sounds good to me. Hey, I missed a phone call from Ralph, so he did return my email there. Over.
Oh, very good. I'm glad you hooked up with him there. What's he done with the dishes?
Well, he just got some around that he wanted to get rid of there. He's got one that's almost 4 feet. One of them is about 38 by something that he talked to the Oscar satellites with. And he's got a couple smaller ones, about 17 or 18 inches. So I don't know. Are any of those something I could use for moon bounce type stuff? Over.
No, they're too small. I've got an 8-footer here you can have, but that's too small. It's not too small for 1296, but it's a solid dish. but it's up for grabs. We have the 10-footer that we found, but that is the one that Frank and I found, and that's one he's going to use for his EME system. And I got a 16-footer, a 5-meter one, but that's a project, and that was one of the things on my bucket list. But I'm not sure I'm ever going to get that one done with all the projects we keep coming up with around here. Over.
Yeah, roger on that. Well, we can talk some more about it then. I didn't know whether if any of them Ralph had might be usable for moon bounce. Over.
No, I've got a lot of those type of dishes here. I have a 4-footer, I have an 8-footer, and I have a 16-footer. Over. And I probably have a 10-footer that belongs to Matt, but you might be able to talk him out of it. It's a beautiful 10-footer. Over.
Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get working on it right away, so I don't want to call in any favors just yet. But if Ralph was getting rid of something, I, was going to plan for down the road there. Over. I
understand. Well, the 10-footer's been here for, let's see, 25 years, and it hasn't gotten into service yet. Well, I may mention it to Matt to see if we could put it in your hands for a nominal fee of 25 cents or something. It's a beautiful dish. It was called a perfect 10 in its day, and it's beautiful, and we even have the mount for it. You'd probably have to modify the mount slightly, but it is a polar mount, so it's got half the tracking capability already in it. Over.
Well, that sounds great, and you got my attention with your pricing there. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk some more. Thanks, Mike. KM6SR.
Oh, you like the price, huh?
Yeah, how can you say no to that? Oh, my goodness.
Well, I didn't pass that price by Matt. He may want $2 for it or something. Break your bank. Okay, well, I'll mention it to him and see if he wants to get rid of it. It's been sitting here for 25 years. You've seen it. It's a black one. It's a black quarter panel. It's 4 panels, so it's 4 pieces, and it ships easy. It's very rugged, and it's about a 0.4 F/D, so the feed is not too difficult to make, and so on. So we know most of the deals on the details about the dish and have all the parts and stuff. I'm pointed towards Santa Cruz, KW6S in Santa Cruz, K6MYC. Are you around tonight, Tom? I don't think Tom gave up on us. He should have checked in when I had the Bay Area, and normally he does. And although I was pointed pretty high in the Bay Area, he should have at least been able to detect somebody while we were there. KW6S, Tom, I wonder if you're there tonight.
Hey, pick up K6BBG.
K6 who? BBG? Was that you, Dave?
Hi, Roger, Mike. Good evening.
Well, good evening. It didn't sound like your voice at first there. Hey, good evening. Give Judy your number. Over.
971, Judy.
Yeah, that wasn't his voice at first. It was mine. I told you to pick up BBG.
Okay. That was why it didn't sound like Dave.
Good evening, Frank.
Hello, Dave.
Okay, Frank, were you able to copy all the guys in the Bay Area tonight?
Yes, and I've been noting all this and whatnot, and I was going to have a conversation with you in person. Most of the guys I heard at least a little bit out, and some of them actually heard, parts of the conversations and some guys were clear. Like PQL was up loud enough for me to hear for a while, and sometimes just a murmur. So I've got a good location for the antennas, and I just been sitting here thinking about it each net that I got to start working on doing something about some preamps up there at the antennas, and then this is going to be a booming relay station. Over.
Yeah, right. Sure will be. Yeah, you could hear a Atascadero. I guess you exchanged with that Atascadero, so that's 10 watts to 10 watts. That's a hell of a path. Over.
Yeah, now, of course, I usually get Ron. He's pretty easy for me. I'm pretty good in all directions. The Bay Area is my biggest trouble spot right now. But even in that, I'm getting enough that I know with preamps, I'm probably going to be able to work everybody.
Yeah, I think you will. You got to have power to get back to them, but that's doable also.
Oh, yeah, I just got to get off my butt and get this cleaned up in here and get it ready and move the amps in here. I've got the 432. The only thing I don't have is 1296 at the moment, and when I get to that point, we got that one sitting in the back room there, the water-cooled one that I can start putzing with over.
Yeah, roger.
All right, well, I think that'll be enough for me. I am whooped. Seriously tired, but anyways, that's beside the point. I'm also pretty excited right now about what we're doing up there in the pump house and whatnot. So I've got a lot of thoughts and about that and other things, and I'll talk to you about it all tomorrow. Over.
Yeah, no, I'm excited with it too, and you're coming along beautifully with it. So I was kind of in the stupor there when you kept coming in and trying to wake me up. I was listening to the news and sleeping, but not my most lively time of the day. But no, really making good headway there, and it's now it's just a matter of, like you say, a little cleanup and a little tweaky here and a little tweaky there. But it'll be interesting to see how we do on the batteries overnight. That's a normal watering system. I haven't changed anything, so this will be the normal watering pattern. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, that's one of the things I was going to talk to you about because I've been paying attention all day long, and I want to do major adjustments to the floats in the tank. First of all, the bottom well doesn't come on until 12 to 18 inches after the top well. So by the time the bottom well comes on, we are already down from the top almost 2 feet, maybe a good 2 feet plus, and across all three tanks, we're down 4,000 or 5,000 gallons, or close to it. So what I want to do is I want to bring the lower well's float up and put it just below the upper well, so that it kicks on shortly after. And then I also want to shorten their swing way up. They've got a long leash now, which means the water can go way up or way down before it turns the well on. And I want to change all that so that, that design is made for if you're pumping 15 gallons a minute or something out of your well continuously, that's great because your pump doesn't kick off and on very often. But right now it's going to kick off and on no matter what we do because they're both running on the pump savers. So I will shorten that run up and get everything up high, and now the water won't be down very far before they both start pumping. And the idea being is by the time the sun goes down, the upper well won't have to run all night to catch up, and that's going to be a huge battery saver. K6MYC in the net, W6BBS.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So yeah, I'm continually thinking and milking everything, and I think if I do that, I think we're pretty close to running 24/7 on batteries. But I think we'll still be a bit marginal. I think you should plan down the road when you can to put a second battery in there.
Well, we can talk about that, but we got to get more panels first. I don't know whether we're really going to charge with what we have. I'd rather get the panels part of it going first. So we got the panels in three directions, picking up three different parts of the sun. That's a bigger part of it than the battery. The battery's easy.
Well, one thing about it, if you do panels, you're really going to do panels for the house, and then all that stuff down there can move up. And so, I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Now, just on that note, though, when I change this timing on when the wells will run and all that, in theory, we will have pretty well charged up and kept the tank full throughout the day, is my thinking. And so we won't have to run hard at night. And right now, I think we could come close to keeping the tanks full and keeping the battery charged, I think. We just, well, that's when we have full sun. We start getting cloudy days and stuff, we're in trouble. Over.
Well, there's a whole different way to think about it. And that is, first of all, we're going to be shortening up our watering times. But we could set it up so that the wells didn't even pump during the night. or if you did, you only pumped one well, and you don't turn it on till the tank is half full. The next day, or 2/3 full or something, and then the next day, when you've got sun, we're not running in the wells for very much. We're not doing much except early morning, and after early morning, then it just the sun just can run the pumps without having any big drain on them all day long up till about 9 o'clock in the evening. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, the one thing that I've observed the last 2 days up there, because I've been paying attention, I looked at it in the morning, and the water's usually up high enough that it's turned the lower well off, so it's not pumping anymore. But we still have 2.5 feet to go to fill everything, and your upper well runs all day on the pumps. They were off and on, off and on, off and on. It catches up by the end of the day, but that's what I'm trying to avoid doing by having both floats up high and not letting it get far down before they start filling, because it'd be different if the wells would just go and we could pump 400 or 500 gallons in an hour all at once, but we can't. So, we got to, anyways, you got to check in with, I don't know if Rob's taking roll or whatever. We got to finish this up, Mike. I'm sure Aaron's standing by, so we'll talk about it more tomorrow. I just put some more stuff into that brain of yours just to keep you confused. Hi. K6MYC, W6BBS.
No, I'm not confused about. The only thing I'm confused about is the second well is way above a half full. When it kicks in, the lower well is way above halfway down. I don't know what you've been looking at in there. I go out there every day. Whenever I go by the tank, I hammer on the side, and I have yet to find any time I go out there that the water is below a foot below the top at the very most, at the very least. Over.
Okay, well, I've been watching it all day for the past 2 days, watching the pumps run, watching the loads, watching everything as I'm doing this project, so that I know how to plan ahead, what to program, what to do, that, and what I see is what I see. Anyways, we'll talk tomorrow. W6BBS.
Okay. What was the other breaker?
W6PQL. Add 52, please.
Add 52. Thanks for that. We got your 52. Good evening to you. I've been standing by here waiting for KW6S. I'm a little bit high above him because I had to move the antenna to hear Frank better. But we never get Tom tonight, so I don't know what's happened the 2 nights he hasn't been there. I don't remember him telling me anything about that, so that's kind of weird, but maybe he's having some radio problems in the shack. Anyway, good evening, Jim. We'll see you tomorrow night. W6PQL, over to you, Rob. And Judy's going to give you a number in just a second.
Roger. I can give her my number, 19, over.
K6USY.
Oh, you're back, are you?
I had to put the last kid to bed.
Okay. Well, we're just about in the wrap here. It's just about done. Judy's just catching up here a little bit.
That's what I figured.
We got the same number you got, Rob.
Okay, that sounds good.
Marty, 7-3 all. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on 2 meters. K6USY, W6BBS, KM6SRR, and whoever else may be listening, K6MYC, Bozo 47, Delta Mike 07, Central California, clear and closing.
Good night, Mike.
Good night.
Good night, Frank, if you're still listening, and good night to the lovely people on YouTube, K6USY.
Yep.
Good night, Mike, K6MYC, and good night, Aaron, K6USY, and Frank, if you're there, W6BBS, KM6SR, going QRT.
Yeah, you sound a lot better, Rob.
Yeah, thank you. I'm feeling a little better today. Yesterday was just kind of the same as the day before, but eventually I guess I'll get rid of it. Over.
Okay, very good. See you tomorrow.